Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Today, we've got two stories. One about a company that posted its best quarter ever and cut 20% of its staff in the same breath and told you exactly why. And one about Apple getting ready to let you pick which AI runs your iPhone. Both have real implications for small businesses, so let's get into it. Hi, I'm Marcus Netto, and I spend most of my time helping small business owners figure out where AI is going to provide the biggest return. If that sounds useful, hit subscribe. All right, so this week, Cloudflare cut 1,100 people. That's 20% of their entire workforce. And it's the first mass layoff in the company's 16-year history. Now, here's the part that got my attention. They announced it on the same day that they reported $640 million in quarterly revenue, up 34% year over year. It's their best quarter ever. So they're not in trouble. They're not trying to survive a tough market. They said explicitly, and I want to be clear, these are their words, this was not a cost-cutting exercise. What they said they're doing is defining how a world-class, high-growth company operates in an agentic AI era. Now, that's a really polished way of saying AI is doing what those 1,100 people used to do, and then some. And it wasn't just Cloudflare. Last week, PayPal cut nearly 4,800 positions, Coinbase cut 700, Freshworks, Arctic Wall, and Ticketmaster all made cuts in the same 7-day window. All of them cited AI. That's over 7,000 jobs in a single week from companies that were not struggling financially. At some point, that stops being a coincidence. As a matter of fact, if you go back and look since the beginning of the year, there's been over 300,000 jobs lost in the tech sector alone this year. Now, I know that's uncomfortable, and I'm not going to sit here and celebrate people losing jobs. That's not the point. But I think the way small business owners should be reading this is different from how the media is framing it. The story isn't AI is destroying jobs. The story is that companies leaning into AI are producing the same output or more output with smaller teams. And if you're competing against those companies for clients, for contracts, for market share, that gap gets harder to close every quarter you wait. Here's what this looks like in practice. Say you run a 6-person team. You're not going to fire anyone. That's not what I'm suggesting. But if AI handles research, the first drafts, the reporting, the follow-up emails, 2 of those 6 people can now do the work that used to take 4. That means you can take on more clients or stop being the one handling everything at midnight, or finally go after that bigger account you've been putting off. You didn't think you had the bandwidth or whatever, but now you do. Cloudflare also disclosed that internal AI usage went up 600% in 3 months. Now, I can't picture what that looks like operationally, but it tells you something about the pace of adoption inside companies that are actually committing to AI. All right. Our next story is something that hasn't officially happened yet. It's something that I'm really excited about, and it's looking pretty likely. Apple is reportedly getting ready to open up Siri and Apple Intelligence to third-party AI models in iOS 27. Right now, when you ask Siri to do anything beyond sending a timer or sending a text, it hands it off to ChatGPT. And let's just admit it, Siri is an absolute waste of time right now. That's been the arrangement since iOS 18, the handoff to ChatGPT. iOS 27 would break that open. Multiple credible reports are pointing to users being able to choose their AI right from settings. So Claude, Gemini, Copilot, Grok, Perplexity, same way you pick a default browser. The feature is reportedly called extensions internally, and it would affect Siri, writing tools, and image playground, basically everywhere Apple Intelligence shows up on the phone. Apple's developer conference is in June, so we'll hear more then. They haven't confirmed any of this officially, but the reporting is consistent enough that I'd be surprised if it doesn't happen. It's all over the internet. Now, here's why small business owners should care about this. Your customers are walking around with AI in their pocket. When someone asks their phone, who does the best landscaping in town, or find me a reliable plumber, or who's a good local accountant, the AI answering that question is pulling from what it knows about businesses in your area. Your website, your reviews, your Google business profile, the information that you've got out there. Now, that's always been true with Google search, but AI changes the shape of the answer. Instead of a list of links the person has to click through, they get a synthesized response. If your information is outdated, unclear, then you're not well represented in that answer. We're early on this. I don't have a complete playbook yet for getting your business systematically into AI. That's still developing, but the fundamentals are the same ones that matter in early SEO. Make sure your site clearly explains what you do, your Google business profile is current, and your reviews are recent. Those are the signals these models are already using to form an opinion about your business. And it's the same one that Google did as well. And as people start to have preferences about which AI they use, and they will, the model a customer reaches for becomes irrelevant. Think about how brand loyalty developed around search engines. It's a slow process, but it's already starting. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. 2 stories, one about what's already happening inside big companies right now, and one about what's coming at the device level. Both worth paying attention to. Now, I hope you got something out of this. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. Till tomorrow, ciao.